What's up, y'all? Did you miss me? It's your boy Jay Sproul. Movies, music, sports, and life. Y'all know what I represent. I'm not gonna zoom in. Y'all know what that says. Y'all also know I represent Gwinnett County, Georgia, the far, far north side of Atlanta. And I always try to open up and represent the two places I love when I do these videos. But Jamie Foxx did this special in Atlanta, and he said it meant a lot to him to do it there because he went to Piedmont Hospital. And Piedmont Hospital, he believes, saved his life. Who am I to argue with him? That's where he was, and uh, I want to say that they pronounced him as passed away at one time. You know, in the medical world, it happens. So, no, we haven't had anything like Lazarus, like somebody's been dead for 24, 48 hours and then come back to life. You know, as in Christianity, but there have been people who have been pronounced dead for some hours. I don't think a whole day, anything like that, but it's been some people like 4, 5, 6 hours, and then they come back. I don't even know what the explanation for that is, but not to get too sidetracked. Um, this was a very good special. I know some of y'all are going to say Jamie Foxx is not that funny as a stand-up comedian. If I wanted to, I could rebuttal you and I could go against what you're saying. But I think I can do something better. Jamie doesn't have to be that funny as a comedian because he's so talented as a musician. Now, notice what I said. Eric Benet from Milwaukee is a good singer, but he can't play no instruments. Let me think. Sheila E. Sheila E. is probably one of the best drummers who has ever lived on the face of this planet Earth. But you all would agree with me. Prince's protege. I think she loved Prince probably more than any of them women that he ended up marrying and have kids with. I think Sheila E. always loved him the most. Sheila E. can't sing. But when you talk about Jamie Foxx, you literally talking about somebody who can play the piano just as good as he can sing. And he'll bring that out in a second while he's doing comedy. So no, he might not be the funniest comedian that we have, but he is infinitely more talented than the funniest comedians we have. Because hey, he's definitely a better actor than Dave Chappelle. The only person that you could probably say Eddie Murphy. Jamie has been in more dramatic stuff than Eddie Murphy, but I think that Eddie has shown us that if he would have been given more of an opportunity to do dramatic stuff, he's probably neck to neck with Jamie as far as an actor. But then once again, when Eddie tried to be a singer, we all know how that went. Put your mouth on me. I was a king. What was the other stupid one? My girl likes to party all the time. Party all the time. You know, Eddie can't mess with him, but um, I only spoiled one of the jokes he did. He was like, they say P Diddy, no, they said Puffy tried to kill me. He said, "Well, did he?" That was hilarious. He didn't stay on that subject that long. He addressed all of us calling him a clone, and he had some very intelligent comebacks about not being a clone, including kind of patting his own self on the back with some of his movie roles and accolades and stuff like that. Like, you can't clone Willie Beeman, you can't clone Ray, you can't clone the role I played in Ali, stuff like that. But for me, and I know if you're watching at home, I know that you're gonna say the same thing. I don't know how many of y'all out there are girl dads. I'm a girl dad by way of, you know, stepfather gang, stepfather nation. And he told the story that when his vitals were all over the place, his daughter came into the hospital room and played her guitar. And his vitals just calmed down. And then he brought her on stage to play her guitar. And he started crying. I can just tell y'all this. And then if it's anybody that's watching this that has a daughter, then you can vouch and then you can express it with me. Okay, how can I say this? This is not discounting having a son and loving your son and your son loving you. And now I can only, even though I'm light, bright, and look halfway white to some of y'all, I can only speak on this in terms of being a black man in America. When you have a black girl, a black daughter that loves you, it's different. It's different. I think the reason why is because, hey, and I'm the first to point at myself. I'm pointing right at myself. I am not a hypocrite. So many of us have done black women wrong in terms of relationships, not being emotionally available. Some of us have done worse and did domestic violence, stuff like that. To me, it feels like when you have a black daughter and you do right by her and you love on her and you protect her, if it feels like that's almost like an apology to any black woman in your life that you might have done wrong. Having a black daughter is like a very sobering reminder that you were wrong, and that's not what you're supposed to do. And then it reminds you don't want anybody, when your baby gets older, you don't want any man to do that to her. So it's like a slap in the face. It's like a wake up call. And you just feel an overwhelming need to protect them when it's a girl. So you can call that chauvinist or whatever. And when it comes to males, we just let them tough it out and figure it out. I just think that's kind of how God wired us, to make sure that we have it in here that you go all out when it comes to your little girl, to protect her and make her feel protected. So yeah, that brought a tear to my eye when she came out there and played the guitar, and it said that she always wanted to perform with him, and then they did like a little song. But just overall, just funny, emotional, and probably the most honest stand up that you'll ever see, especially in dealing with how he thought he was so tough. You know, ain't nobody gonna bathe me, ain't nobody gonna wipe my butt. I ain't finna be in no wheelchair. He's basically pointing the finger at us as black men that it's time to start getting serious about your health.